Elliott, so there's no music, which is fine. We can do that. I got Ken Coslow and John G. Olson tonight with the Sports Nerds. We're going to go over week number 10, guys. Oh, my God, it's week 10 already.
2/3 of the way home.
Yep, in the NFL season. So let's get going. Let me go ahead and promote this on Facebook so I can get people here. Oh gosh. So Kenny had a good day today.
So far,
we're you guys are smacking. I don't even call them the Giants. Call them the Pee-wees, man. Like
they are
they're the little Giants.
Little Giants, yeah.
Lol. L-I-L. Lol.
They're not good, and we're looking like a bunch of bullies trying to.
That CeeDee Lamb catch was sick, man.
CeeDee Lamb is having a day.
One arm,
yeah.
Dude, that was great. It was so good that the DB didn't even realize he caught it. He looked back after it was in CeeDee's hand.
And he squeezed out like it was a suction cup.
It was fantastic.
Plus the one he almost made the fair catch on when Dak lofted that pass, and he comes back and catches it and then goes. I really enjoyed that one too. That'll be a meeting next week. Yeah, I mean, I can't get totally excited about stomping the hell out of the Giants since they're so bad.
You know what, Ken? It's not a major achievement. It really isn't.
It's not. I mean, that's why I can't get excited about it.
The game you should have won was last Sunday. You should have beat the Eagles last Sunday. That's the game you should have.
Yeah, should have beaten them, and I'm hoping very much in 2 or 3 weeks we will beat them. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a win. We'll take it. But I mean, it's like watching a cat play with a dead mouse.
Right. Oh. Well, I do not have any fingernails left after today. I have no fingernails left whatsoever after today. I mean,
looking at that EKG readout.
I was checking my blood pressure every 45 minutes or so, making sure I wasn't going to go into a cardiac arrest. The game started out and the first play from scrimmage, pick 6 off of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 6, and they took it in there, and then we were 3 and out, and they got the ball back, and they went right down the field and scored again. So we were down. There we are, 14-0 down. But I got to hand it. These kids did not quit. They never gave up. They kept playing and kept playing and kept playing and kept playing. And they pulled out the win. A win is a win. You're right, Anthony. You are correct. It wasn't pretty, but it was. This is probably a momentum builder for the Browns. Okay, they got Pittsburgh at home next week. Big game. Okay, so that was motivational for them, and I mean they were down 14 points in the fourth quarter, and they won the game. So
down 14 points twice in that game.
Yes,
17-3 and 31-17.
Yeah,
14-0 actually 3 times.
Yeah, the pick 6 Newsom got off him off the ricochet was amazing, and I'm sitting here screaming my eyes out. Are you kidding me? What the hell just happened? I mean, and I'm watching Browns Twitter, and it's going so fast I can't keep up with it. if you ever use TweetDeck, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going.
Was that the one that made it 24 or 30? Because
that was the one that made it. That was the one that where he missed the extra point.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the second touchdown that was going to tie it. It made it
31-30.
Made it 31-30. Yeah, made it 31-30. So, Browns are 6-3. So they're the second time since 1994 they've been 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
Second time under Stefanski, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
But Deshaun Watson was 14 of 14 in the second half. No drops, no incompletes. He had 1 pick early, which is his only pick. Again, it was the first place from scrimmage.
Yeah, pick 6.
Browns defense intercepted Jackson twice, including a pick 6. Kareem Hunt had another touchdown. Elijah Moore had a touchdown. Let's see. How many sacks? We ended up with 1, 2.5, 2. No, that's 3 sacks of Jackson, including Myles Garrett getting 1.5. He now is 10 sacks, 6 straight seasons in his career. He joins a very elusive club with that.
Yep.
Mark. So it was. I mean, the defense played very well. It was the offense that's the Achilles heel of this team, and they stepped up in the second half and came back and won the game. I was real impressed with that. So we're 6-3 going against Pittsburgh next week. I'm liking it. I
have to say that this Browns team is reminding me a lot of, in its resilience, of the 1980 team. They never quit. Cardiac kids, exactly. Yeah. They're reminding me a lot of that team, and that 1980 team deserved better. But
that's the year Jets beat them in the playoffs, right?
No, the Raiders.
The Raiders
came to Cleveland and beat them 14-12 in the snow. But I like the way I got to see this game. I mean, they took our game off and put the Browns Ravens team. We had the 49ers and Ravens, Jags. But yeah, it was a great game. Myles Garrett had another spectacular game. You cannot.
They probably changed it here too, but I never left Red Zone, so I didn't flip it over to see if they changed it on our Firefox station, because almost the entire country was watching Niners and Jags.
Right.
Today. But the running game was they had a really good job of the running game today. They had They had about 180 yards on the ground between Jerome Ford, Deshaun Watson, Kareem Hunt, and Harrison Bryant. They all had we had about 180 yards on the ground. Jerome Ford is becoming the bell cow.
Yeah,
he's becoming the heir apparent to
Kareem Hunt.
Nick Chubb.
Oh, Chubb. Okay.
Yeah, he's become the guy that's taking over for Nick Chubb. He seems to be the guy getting most carries. Kareem Hunt had he had 10 carries for 32 yards, but Jerome Ford had 107 and averaged 6.3 yards a carry today. So he seems to be the guy they're going to. So I'm very I'm excited about what happens next week. Pittsburgh got lucky today and won against Green Bay, because Green Bay was coming back to win that game.
They were.
And Green Bay should have won that game. But I mean, Cincinnati got beat. So the Bengals lost, the Ravens lost. I'm happy with that. The Steelers win, but we'll decide that next week when we play the Steelers. As far as that, because right now we're still third in division, but if we Pittsburgh, we'll be second in division. I can take that. Ravens got a tough schedule coming up as well. Let me see here. We got the Bengals next week, then the Chargers and the Rams. So they got the Bengals, but their schedule is going to get harder as it goes along, because after the Bengals, the Chargers, and the Rams, then they got the Jaguars. They play the 49ers. They're still going to play the Dolphins. They're still going to play the Steelers again. So I mean that last 4 game stretch is going to be rough for the Ravens. And the way these Browns are playing, anything can happen. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
They have a chance right in front of them. So
yep. Anything can happen right now. That division is wide open. It's probably the most wide open division in the AFC right now,
I would say.
So, but yeah, the sports nerd is excited. The Browns are playing good football, and I'm happy for that. It's the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I never wavered on Kevin Stefanski. I never wavered on Deshaun Watson. I just stuck with it. I said, let's do this, guys. And I knew they'd get it. Deshaun's been back 2 weeks. He's getting better every week he plays. And I think it'll start coming together for him and get back to his old form, because this second half today was the old Deshaun Watson. It really was.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
That was the Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans about 5
years
ago.
Correct. I don't like him off the field, but I'll root for him on the field. Let me just say that.
No.
What you got, John? You got to get a rant?
Oh.
You gave me a heads up before the show, so I'm going to give you the floor. Go ahead.
We've got a tornado warning.
I thought I would get up in my Halloween costume right now. This is my Halloween costume. This is my 17-year playoff drought. Buffalo Bills, arguably the ugliest jersey they ever created, but I bought one because we need the red helmets with this, and it'll be okay. But I'm rocking the Lawyer Malloy. I'm rocking the Lawyer Malloy because I want you to go and check. Just go and look at the AFC standings in the playoffs right now. You have your divisional leaders, you have your wild hunt teams, and can someone tell me who's back in the hunt, baby? Who's back in the hunt?
Is it the Bills?
The Bills. The Bills are back in the hunt.
Okay.
We this is what it was like for the 17 years of misery. We were always in the hunt. Always. So I'm giving a shout out to the 17 years of JP Lossman, of Trent Edwards, of Drew Bledsoe, of EJ Manuel, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game tomorrow, where Denver will probably come in and beat us. And if Denver beats us, Western New York will burn. I'm not joking.
Yeah. If Denver wins tomorrow night, I don't want to be there. I don't.
So
you're right. They're about to come out of the wilderness, and after 40 years. And...
Look, the team, the team on defense has been decimated with injuries. I mean, I was looking. I think we have 40 to 35% of our day one starters on defense still in the lineup. Like, we've lost everyone.
Yep.
The fact that it's still
secondary.
The fact that it's still a functional defense and actually a decent one at that shows a lot of Sean McDermott, the defensive coordinator. Sean McDermott, the head coach.
Right.
No.
Not so much.
Not so much. Defensive coordinator, salute it. It's great what he's been able to do with this defense with all the people that are hurt. Like, dude, if any other NFL team had this many people on their defense, they'd be putting up, like, the other teams would be putting 60, 70 points a game on them. Like, it's really bad. We don't have anybody. On top of that, our CB2, he's gone on Monday. Micah Hyde, he's out with a stinger, probably his career. So, and what was great is they didn't give that guy a penalty for basically after the play flinging Micah down to the ground, but Josh got $10,000 fine for pointing at someone.
It was funny because Micah Hyde got less penalties for his fine than
shoved and basically probably ended his career from that late hit. And that guy didn't even get a fine. I don't even think he got a penalty for it. And Josh got $10,000 for pointing at a guy.
Pulling
Pulling
the Tyreek Hill.
But wait, there's more. This morning, I woke up to, as you see, I'm still wearing my Halloween costume. The buffoon that I am, cheer for these teams. First is the Bills, because, I love misery. But why not cheer for the Oilers, too? Because what did we do this morning? We decided to fire our head coach.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
I did not see that.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Oh, it's great. It's brilliant. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
I don't heard about Jimbo Fisher being fired. That's the only one I'd heard about.
We fired him this morning. And we brought in Chris Knobloch. Who's Chris Knobloch? That was Connor McDavid's junior coach when he played for the Erie Otters. He's got zero NHL coaching experience.
I was going to say, has he had any coaching in the NHL whatsoever?
None. But in the tradition of the Oilers, just so Oilers Nation doesn't lose their entire mind, we now have, Ken, you will appreciate this, Paul Coffey is our assistant coach.
Oh boy.
So just like they do in this franchise, dig up the 80s, the guys from the 80s, and fling them into positions and say, guys, don't worry, we're gonna relive this. We're gonna bring it back. You know, we're gonna bring the only guy that's left to be in upper management in this team, I think, is Grant Fuhrer and Mark Messier.
Gretzky.
Gretzky was running the team 3 years ago.
Oh, was he really?
He was like the president in hockey operations.
Yep.
A couple years back.
He left Arizona in a hurry.
The other thing the one thing that'll certainly guarantee you slashing your wrist is if they bring back Messier. I know, because I know how much you hate Messier.
Dude, we played the best game I've seen them play all year last night.
Really?
In Seattle. 4-1. It was beautiful. It was the best 60 minutes of hockey I've seen this team play all year. And then of course they fired the coach because we lost to San Jose on Thursday. Right.
You were San Jose's first win of the season.
No, second. They beat I think they beat Washington 2-1 or something before that. But dude, like, this is the only hockey talk I'm talking. Then I'm going back to football. And a surprise for you, Scott. I have a nice little treat for you later. Hockey kills me, man. Like, at least the Leafs are semi-winning, but I've abandoned Leafs Nation. I'm not allowed to go back. They told me. They said, you're a fraud. You can't go back. So I'm stuck with the loser franchise.
This is after your behavior last season. Is that what it's for?
Yes, after my behavior last season.
Totally abandoned the Leafs last year and we went strictly with the Oilers.
Yep, I called them all up. Wendell Clark called me and said, "Get the hell away from my team, you piece of crap."
It means you're a jinx, John.
Walk on the other side of the street,
right?
Across the street over here, and stay away.
So that's my exciting sport. So tomorrow night I'm going to be just on suicide watch. Just and if anyone cares about me, please say a prayer because
I do care. And what two loser teams win tonight? Is the Jets and the Raiders playing tonight?
Yeah, that's going to be fun because obviously I want the Raiders to win, but I'm playing fantasy football against the guy who's got Devontae Adams on his team. So it's like I want the Raiders to win, but I don't want them to throw the ball to Adams. But like, who else are they going to throw the ball to?
Problem.
Yeah. Well, at least the Patriots lost.
Yes, the Patriot. That's why I'm wearing the Lawyer Malloy. Just a testament to Lawyer. Thank you for leaving that team and coming to us. It's great. And you know what's so funny?
The Patriots are 2-7.
I didn't even know that there was a Germany game this morning.
Yeah.
Like, I woke up, I kind of slept in today, which is crazy for me. Usually I'm up at like 6 o'clock in the morning all the time now. I got up, having some breakfast, checking it out. Oh, it's like, before I know it, it's like 11. I got to do some stuff. And it's almost time for kickoff for the 1 p.m. games. And I'm like, there's a final that pops up on my screen. What? Indianapolis? The Patriots? I had no idea. They must have under-promoted that.
Well, you didn't miss much. 10-6 was the final.
Yeah, 10-6, right?
You didn't miss much.
Yes. I mean, 2 inept offenses and 2 bad defenses. You didn't really miss much.
It's great.
Now, is that the last European game, or is it still?
That is the last overseas game of the season. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Well,
yes,
you know what? Frankfurt's a great location to play football. I've been watching it, and the fans there are crazy. They're insanely love the there.
Like Germany.
Yes,
like the airports in Germany. I remember when I went over to the crypto conference. I
went to in Poland, right?
I flew into the Munich airport and then I departed from the Frankfurt airport. Dude,
you had to go from Munich to Frankfurt to get to Poland. I got you.
No. I went from Toronto to Munich and then Munich to Krakow. But Krakow came back to Frankfurt back to Toronto.
Okay, all right.
Dude, the airports in Germany are like the most, like the classiest places you'll ever see in your life. Like the floors were like, it looked like you could eat food off the floors. That's how clean the airports were. It was. I've never seen anything like it.
I've flown into Frankfurt before.
Right? It's just like, first of all, it's a massive airport.
But yes, it is. It's one of the largest in Germany. Two things that I remember most about Frankfurt Airport. Number one, we flew in, and remember, this was June of 1989. This was 9 months after Lockerbie. Okay, they said that the terrorists snuck bombs in through security through Frankfurt. And as lax as security was, and when we went through, I could totally understand it because it was almost non-existent. And we went in, slid right in. We didn't hardly got checked at all. Number two, one of the first things I saw in the terminal as we were walking through, they have strip clubs in the airport. Strip clubs in the Frankfurt airport. I don't know if they're still there, but in 1989 they were, and so you can't get bored in there. So, so it's really interesting. But yeah, it's efficient. Other than security now, like I said, that's 34 years ago. So surely security is a little bit more tight than that now. But yeah, that was two of the things I remember most about Frankfurt flying in. So.
Man, they love the American game in Germany.
Oh, absolutely.
The World Football League was in there for many years. So that
Frankfurt Galaxy.
Yep.
NFL's got a very passionate fan base in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously it's not soccer. Like nothing in the world will ever compete with soccer, no matter where you are. But it's pretty healthy.
If they were to start out in NFL Europe again, it would take off. I mean, it was a great training ground for guys like
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, exactly.
Do you guys ever think they'll put a franchise over there? Not necessarily Germany, but Europe in general.
NFL franchise.
No. NFL franchise. If they do, they're going to do a whole division because it's hard to have just one team out there.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the dynamics of it would be insane because
the logistics of the time change is
the travel.
The time change isn't that bad because if you consider East Coast, West Coast, that's a pretty big swing.
Well, that's 3
London's
hours.
What? 2 extra hours?
No, London's 5 hours from New York.
Yeah, but I'm talking
they're 5 hours ahead.
6 months,
5 hours. So yeah, on a West Coast team to Europe is insanity.
Yes.
But like an East Coast team playing in Europe, like I don't know, me personally, and again, I'm definitely not the specimen of football here and Mr. Acrobatic athletic guy.
Right.
But I didn't need a whole lot to get my bearings. Like I don't know what, like, these people talk about jet lag. I don't know what that is because I've never experienced
it. I get jet lag a lot. Yeah.
But
I used to.
I'm just saying, if you're there for at least 2 or 3 days, you can get your rhythm in.
The thing I compare it to is when I flew to Honolulu for a dive trip back in 2006, that was 8 hours. And that's the same 8 hours going west for me as going
Hawaii's
east.
5 hours behind California.
Yeah. And so that was a long trip. So yeah, the jet lag is real. It doesn't affect everybody the same way, but it definitely affected me. Because by the time I got to London, I was totally wiped out, and I got there at like 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
So it was like 2 or 3 hours before I could even check into my hotel. And so yeah, the jet lag is real, but what they're doing to overcome that, I don't know. But some teams will adapt better than others, and I mean, Cowboys haven't had to play over there in some time now, but we've played like 3 or 4 times.
We lost
I don't know if the Browns have played any over there yet. I don't think they have.
I think they have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have.
The Browns have?
I think they played the Eagles one year.
Okay.
It'll
must be a while because I don't remember.
Sometime in the 90s, I think.
We've been over there a lot. Like, Jacksonville's obviously probably the most. But
yes.
Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Bills have been over there. Like dude, I don't understand the Bills franchise, man. You know what the worst thing about the Bills franchise was? That Toronto series. That was the stupidest idea known to mankind. Like, what a dumb idea that was. And then for whatever reason, they get like, it's because of this time and this era.
Mm-hmm.
There was still diehard Bills fans, but it wasn't as easy to fill the stands when you had J.P. Lossman and Trent Edwards under center.
Oh my God.
No, they played that at Skydome, right?
Yeah. Rogers Center, whatever the hell
Rogers
it's called.
Center.
That's
now.
right. Yeah, the Rogers Center now.
So dumb.
Yep.
So dumb. It's Skydome. It's always going to be Skydome.
It's
Oh, it'll always
always
be just like Emily Arena is always going to be the Ice Palace to me here in Tampa with the Lightning.
It's like someone saying, you know what? Let's Citgo. It's now going to be called Citgo Field instead of Fenway Park.
Right. Yeah. That's
no, that's not happening.
It's so dumb. It's like, and I get corporate sponsorship and they're, whatever, but I don't know, man. Certain buildings, like I guess if there's no culture behind it and it's just a building that just popped up, I get it. Right. But like I don't even know, what do the Bills call their stadium now? Blue Mark, Blue Mark, or whatever. Like Highmark Stadium.
It should be Rich Stadium. It should be Rich Stadium.
It's Rich. It's the Ralph.
Yeah.
It'll always be Ralph Wilson.
Ralph,
it's the Ralph.
Yeah.
That's
Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Yeah. Before that, Rock Pile, whatever. But it was the Rich Stadium forever, and then like Ralph Wilson Stadium, the Ralph. That's but they rename it every 2 years whenever some corporate. Anywho, that's my rant.
Makes me wonder if War Memorial Stadium will stick around. Surely they tore that down a long time ago. Dead air. Let's talk about something else.
All right, let's move on. So let's do this. Thursday night was a yawner as well. Carolina, Chicago. Nobody cares. But Chicago did win that game 16-13. No surprise.
They looked all orange to me.
Yep.
They looked like, I don't know, a bottle of orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Bears, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears are in great shape for the draft because they've got 2 first-round picks. And both picks, not just theirs, but they got Carolina's first-round pick. And if things keep going the way they're going, they're going to have 2 high picks in next year's draft. CJ Stroud struck again today, guys, against the Bengals in that last drive. He did another game-winning drive for the Houston Texans. They beat the Bengals 30-27. And again, like I said, CJ Stroud continues to look at quite not just rookie of the year, but player of the year, the way he's playing MVP. I mean, it was pretty good. He had a good day. 22 of 39 for 356 yards and a touchdown. He did have a pick. Your old boy Devin Singletary had 150 yards rushing, John.
Yeah. Wow.
That.
What a shocker. Like, I mean, again, what happens when you have offensive coordinators that are not inept? And, whatever. Doesn't matter. But, like, DeMeco Ryans is like a defensive mind, right? So, Bills can't use that excuse.
Nope.
Oh, the head coach is offensive-minded.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Nope. They
just know what Devin's strengths were and made plans around that.
Yep.
And when, like you said, CJ's amazing, dude. I mean, he's really like it was fun watching him. One of the good things, as you guys know, when your team isn't playing on Sunday, you just put it on Red Zone and you just relax and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I got to see all of the CJ Stroud stuff, and he threw that pick, but he was so like, it was like calm.
He was calm, and he was calm. He was relaxed.
Calm, but he's quick.
The moment was not too big for him.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then he did what he do, the Ohio thing at the.
He did the OH at the end of the game. Yes, he did. Yes. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
OH, hell no.
Okay, you know what? Here we go. I'm gonna ask you guys because you two are the college football degenerates. What? Right. I don't pay attention. I just saw everyone on Twitter losing their mind a couple of days. Like, what's the Michigan thing? Explain it to me. Like, what? Why? What happened?
You're the Michigan guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, what happened? Please.
They are complaining that Michigan was stealing everybody's signs on the sidelines that they're trying to bring in for offensive plays. They can't prove it. Teams change their signals all the time. One team may have forgotten to or something like that, and they got really upset. Well, Michigan beat the crap out of us because they stole our signs, which is absolute bullshit. TCU knew that there was a possibility that they'd use the same signs for a while, so they changed theirs before we played them in the Fiesta Bowl last year, and they beat us and got to the championship game, which Georgia wasn't fooled at all. It's an absolute load of crap by a bunch of people who have a thing against Harbaugh, that they're jealous of Michigan. They don't like Michigan, and it's just absolute horse hockey, for lack of a better, nicer word.
This is what I don't understand, because we're obviously Ken out of the three of us is much more knowledgeable on the sport, but I'm not, again, the smartest guy in the world, but I do know that offenses and defenses have to execute the plays.
Exactly.
If not, you might know that it's going to be a slant route. You still need to defend it, and you still need to execute it. So knowing the plays, I mean, yeah, I guess you could draft it up and get ready for it, but you still need to make it happen.
I've seen a team where they have 4 posters on the sidelines. One is like Jack in the Box. One is Superman. One is Farrah Fawcett in her red swimsuit. And fourth one, whatever, question mark. Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what play is coming. So, I mean, whatever. They're thinking that Michigan stole from them. I have no idea. But it's absolute ridiculous.
Let me expand a little bit. There was this one guy who dressed up in, which gear was it, Ken, that he was dressed up in? Was it Iowa or it was somebody else? I forget. Anyway, a member of the Michigan Wolverines staff dressed up in the opposite. I mean, managed to get his managed to find his way
dressed up as Central Michigan
of another team.
Right, Central Michigan.
It was Central Michigan, not necessarily someone they're going to play, but Central Michigan was playing somebody that Michigan would play down the road.
Right, right.
So he dressed up in the Central Michigan gear and recorded the signs.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was a phone or a mini camera or whatever, he was recording the signs. Per NCAA bylaws, that on itself is illegal. You can't scout that way during the game and videotape or film. I say videotape, record, because it's digital now.
Right.
Record the signs on, as the game is playing on. That is illegal. That is what, and now the Big Ten suspended Jim Harbaugh for the remainder of the regular season.
Right.
But the catch of this is he can still coach during the week. He just can't be on the sidelines on Saturdays.
What kind of a punishment is that?
It's not a punishment. It's not.
It's first off, they're claiming that Harbaugh put this guy up to it, which is a total lie.
I don't believe it.
Absolutely no connection to this guy whatsoever.
Yeah.
Number 2, I mean, they say they're punishing Michigan through Harbaugh. Well, what's that supposed to mean? I mean, he's already been suspended once this year for 3 games. He didn't get to coach the first 3 games. Now he's not getting to coach the last 3, which is still under the possibility of a court injunction, the TRO.
Very strange.
It's total ludicrous.
Well, let me just reiterate that the Big Ten is the one is the organization that suspended him.
Right.
The NCAA hasn't gotten involved. It was just
the NCAA hasn't. They're going like, okay, we don't get it. What do you think is going on?
And again,
NCAA is washing their hands.
And again, Ken, suspending Harbaugh from the sidelines on Saturdays and not during the week doesn't punish him, because he's still going to put the game plan in. He's still going to work with the coaches, and the coaches are going to know what's going to happen, what's going to go on, and what the game plan is for the game on Saturday. They'll just execute what he taught them during the week. So I don't see it as a punishment at all.
So he can be at the practices and all that.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. We were at Penn State and Newman yesterday. I mean, that score was flattering to Penn State. They were never in that game.
No, they weren't.
And we got Maryland coming up, and then the big one with Ohio State in 2 weeks.
Maryland.
I don't know what they think they're trying to punish us for. I mean, it's not. It didn't bother us yesterday, and it's not going to bother us against Maryland either.
Correct.
So, like I said, I mean, there's still maybe a TRO coming, to temporary restraining order, and
Right.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's a total. Someone's got a.
Someone in the Big Ten's going to bug up their ass for Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And Paul Feinbaum keeps saying, "Well, he's going to quit after this year and go to the NFL." No, he's not.
I don't think so.
The NFL, he's not.
Because
back.
you know what, the AD came out and said unequivocally he's back in Jim Harbaugh 110%.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere. He has no interest. As far as I know, he's got no interest whatsoever in the NFL. I mean, they thought maybe he might go back to the Bears, but I doubt that very seriously, because who would want that job right now?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, it's like I tweeted yesterday. It was, congratulations, Big Ten. If we didn't have a chip on our shoulder before, we do now, and thanks to you.
Well,
thank you very much.
Multiple tweets went out with one word: bet.
Yeah, what was that about? What's the bet?
What? Said bet.
Bet.
Yeah, that was a one-word tweet from like multiple people out there. I have no idea what it means either. So
I have no idea either.
I mean, whatever.
If you were betting on Penn State, you lost, because we've covered.
There you go.
Fairly easily. So, I mean, I haven't seen what a line is on Maryland yet. It's going to be double digits, I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. If we didn't need any motivation before, we got it now, but who needs it?
You know what, John? The more that goes on in the NCAA, the more I can understand your position in NCAA. These kids are getting paid, and 9 times out of 10, they get punished for something that's done on a level above them that they had no what's we're going for, no action involved. They weren't even involved in.
No.
So, and eventually the kids get punished because the bowl games are taken away. Wins are taken away. Scholarships are taken away. Things. The punishment, just almost all the time rolls down and affects the athletes,
right?
And the administrators and the coaches, they don't get nothing. It's all on the kids, and they had nothing to do with the violations. So
it's like the thing with Reggie Bush. I mean, what are you going to do? Tell the New Orleans Saints that Reggie Bush can't play for you anymore? No, they can't do that. So they're going to punish SC instead,
right?
Which SC deserved it too, but
they took Reggie Bush's Heisman away, but and
he ain't getting it back.
I think that was a bunch of trash anyway. So I
took OJ's Heisman back.
I think Reggie should get his Heisman back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
as far as I know,
insane in the membrane.
Right. This is when you want to bookmark this show, because John actually brought up the subject of.
Well, I just saw it, dude. I saw it, and I mean, it was like big news, and people were losing their mind. And I always see, Ken tweeting things out, and it's just like, okay, what's going on? I know.
Welcome
nothing.
To the Michigan.
I couldn't even. You're saying the Big Ten. I couldn't even tell you that, like I know the SEC and Big Ten and Pac-10, Pac-12,
Pac-12, which only has actually going to be Pac-2 next year.
Pac-2 next year.
Pac-2 next year.
Like it's so dumb. It's such.
It's totally dumb.
You guys like it, and I understand the hype and the it brings people together and the school spirit and all this, but it's just. It hurts.
If you think it looks dumb this year, wait till next year.
Right.
Stanford and California playing the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yes, and there's going to be 12 teams in the playoff next year too. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
it'll look like the Super Bowl playoffs.
Right. So the game that was dubbed the game of the week ended up being the dub of the week, because Frisco just tore up Jacksonville today, 34-3. Back to their old winning ways.
Big shout out to Shanahan too, trying to get CMC that touchdown with a minute left.
Yes.
Love it. I love that stuff. Is no sportsmanship at all. Great. Take it to them. Yeah.
Sportsmanship goes out the window.
Right.
CMC had a game though, man. He got me like 30 points fantasy. He didn't even score a touchdown though. But
So the streak came to an end then, huh?
Yeah, streak came to an end, man.
Wow.
After 17 games.
17 games.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
So Jadeveon Clowney.
No.
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Sorry. Step back. Chase Young joined his former teammate. Where the hell did I go? Hang on a second. Nick Bosa on the defensive line today. He had a half a sack. Young did. Bosa had a sack and a half. And I think the half sacks were each for both of them in the same play, where they joined this. Say, hey, meet me at the quarterback, and they squish him.
That's insane. Imagine if Chase Young really takes off and gets to the promise.
In that defense, he probably can. That's going to be insane with both
Fred Warner
on
had an
one side and
interception
Chase Young
too.
on the other. Are you kidding me?
That defense is just ridiculous, man. Like this is what kills me is the Bills could have had if Vaughn ever got healthy, but just everyone's hurt. Everyone's hurt. San Fran, everyone's healthy, and that's what happens when good teams get healthy. It shuts up a lot of the critics. So I don't think anyone can go there and go, "Oh, San Fran's frauds."
No,
they're freaking amazing.
They're freaking scary.
Yeah, Debo back too, that.
Yep,
Debo's back.
Yep,
that makes him even scarier.
Debo had 4 catches for 30 yards, but he also had 3 rushes for 29 yards and a touchdown.
Touchdown on that.
Yeah.
Like a jet sweep.
He's not going to end around or something like that. Yeah.
End around jet sweep.
Yep. Brock Purdy back to his old self, 19 to 26 for 296 and 3 touchdowns today.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. He's not irrelevant anymore. Sam Dog got to play late in the game. He got to play.
Cleanup duty.
Yep. He was 1 of 2 for 6 yards.
Janitorial.
Yeah, janitorial work, exactly. So San Francisco and you know what? We've always pointed out how bad the West Coast teams historically play on the East Coast. San Francisco didn't even blink. Did not even blink for being in the Eastern time zone.
The only place I've ever seen San Francisco have really bad luck was Philadelphia.
Well, they did this year in Cleveland too.
Well, yeah, but no one saw that coming.
Right. Well, thanks, Ken. Appreciate you.
But Philadelphia was just waiting for them to come in.
Yep.
Was it 2 weeks?
Well, they still got to play Philadelphia. I think in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
A couple of weeks. Yeah.
They got to go to Philadelphia too. It's not.
Philadelphia
it's not in San Francisco.
Foaming the mouth waiting for that one. Eagles were off this week.
Eagles were off this week. They play the Niners play the Eagles December 3rd.
Oh, December 3rd? Okay.
In Philly. Before that, they got the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. But yeah, they have to go to Philly on December 3rd. It's a 4:25, so it'll be almost like a primetime game. This kickoff is 4:25 for.
So they have who next week?
They have the Buccaneers next week at home.
Buccaneers, okay.
Then they go to Seattle, and then they go to Philadelphia.
How did Baker look today? Baker
looked halfway decent. He wasn't terrible. The Buccaneers won 20-6.
Yeah.
But Tennessee is just a bad football team. They really are. Overall, they're just a bad football team. Baker was 18 to 29 for 278, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Mike Evans had a day, 6 catches for 143 and a touchdown.
He dropped one though.
He dropped a short touchdown. Yeah,
man, that was like Butterfinger Central.
Yes. Yeah. So Baker wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. So, he's had a resurgence of somewhat in Tampa Bay, where he's actually enjoying playing again, and his play has shown that he's enjoying himself, and he's playing very well. He's playing pretty good. So we'll see. He's trying to carry and put this team on his back so he can be a leader. It's actually working, so not bad. The next one really I want to go over is Josh Dobbs did it again, guys. Looking good for Mr. Joshua Dobbs in Minnesota.
Dude, did you guys see that in locker last weekend that Kevin O'Connell did?
No.
Like the head coach of the Vikings?
No.
And dude, it was like the most inspiring, like.
You mean the post game speech?
Post game speech in the locker room.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
I did see that. Yes.
Awesome, man. Like you'd run through walls for that type of head coach, man, and just good for Josh. You know, I mean, this guy didn't know the playbook like 3 days before,
right?
And in 12 days now, he's you know,
this is like his fourth team. This is like the fourth team he's been on this season. He was in Cleveland for a little bit.
Fifth, I think.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's great. Love it.
Cleveland trades him to Arizona, then Arizona turns around and trades him back to Minnesota.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I got a surprise for Scott. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
The thing about Josh Dobbs is he has absolutely no eyebrows, and I've got tremendous eyebrows. And,
yes, I noticed that.
So,
he's got some kind of skin disease, I think is what it is.
Oh. But he's also got aerospace engineering degrees, too. So.
Hawkinson had a day receiving 11 catches for 134 and touchdown. Dobbs ran the ball 8 times, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Ty Chandler had a touchdown on the ground. It's just, I mean, you see, him and CJ Stroud are the stories of the year so far, the way they're playing.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, last Sunday when they played, he'd been on the team for 3 days and didn't know the playbook, didn't know his receivers, didn't know his linemen, didn't know anybody's name.
He's this year's Brock Purdy.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Josh Dobbs for having a great year, and the Vikings are 6-4. They've won 3 or 4 in a row, something like that. 3 or 4 in a row now. So, good for them.
I still think Detroit's the class of the division. But
absolutely. Especially after what they didn't say, what they did in LA today. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you got, John? No way.
Aww.
Look at that pretty boy. Is it a boy or girl?
I have no idea. No idea. Can't tell. I don't know. But this is the little one that got me last week where I had to go get the needle. But really, really, really cool little cat, man. So we got 4 of them. So there's the bunch over there in the cage that we got. Yeah. So we got to keep them for 10 days before we get rid of them to make sure they don't have rabies. But I mean,
are you going to hang on to that one?
Wife wants it.
There you go.
Don't care. But
has it been named yet? Is there a name for it?
No, I call him Fluffy because I'm just so original. Like,
hey,
oh no, Tita, what's this cat's name? What's the cat's name? Like the one you like? Meow meow. Okay, meow meow.
Meow meow. Oh God.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
He actually looks like one that I've had before.
They're all kind of like this, and then there's one that's
like a gray tabby. It's a gray tabby, yeah.
White, yeah. White.
Yeah, they're really
white
cool,
chest.
man. They're starting to warm up to the dogs too, but really good person.
How's your Roddy handling it? All right? Is she handling it okay?
At the first day, it was like,
oh boy, snack.
Yeah. No, they're pretty cool, man, and they got really good personalities. They're not sketchy anymore. The first day they were kind of a little sketch patty, but So
can you hold him up a little bit?
Let me see the full cat.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. He looks a lot like one I had before.
Yeah. Okay,
he's good little guy. I don't know if it's a boy or girl yet, but right. You want to go back or go? But anyways, that's a surprise. I got a cat, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Converted another one. I love it.
I need a cat here. I need a cat.
Well, I know you're a cat lover, Ken. You've always been a cat lover. Yeah.
Anyways, that's my. We've got basically a zoo in here now. So
a menagerie.
Well, we got. Apparently, one of Tita's mom's friends is taking 2 of them. So we have 2, and you know,
Has the
cats
bird
are hard. Cats are really hard to home, you know, and rehome because like they're throwaway animals. Like free cat, you know, free cats. Come get your free cats.
Yep.
So that's the problem is if we, you know, let it go but out here it'll have a great old time catching mice. So
well, yeah, you put them, you know, let them build
field mice,
a home in the barn.
You know, field mice.
You know, and they'll keep the mice population down in your barn.
Oh, for sure.
How's the bird reacted to it?
The cats jump up on top of the bird cage all the time and just kind of look out at it. So this is the pecking order in the house, right? So we got the birds that are getting harassed by the cats, the dogs are harassing the cats, the chickens are harassing the dogs. It's Noah's Ark here, man. I mean,
I was gonna say, you're gonna build an ark in the backyard next time. Is there sometime soon, John?
This one's climbing up on the cage now, and he's literally hanging. They're the funniest things. Like kittens are hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Like, but then they turn into adult cats and they just sleep.
Right.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, dude. This is my life, man. This is my life now.
All right, so what are you looking for tomorrow night, John? Seriously, I mean, you got Buffalo and Denver next tomorrow.
I'm not even picky, man. Just show up. Like win the game, but I don't care if you win by 1 point or 100. Like, just show up. Don't. The defense can't bail you out. So let me rephrase that. I want the offense to show up because Denver doesn't have a great offense. They don't have a great defense, but they got guys that will try.
Well, you never underestimate Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
if you don't know what version of Russ you're going to get, you can get bad Russ, you can get good Russ. If you got good Russ, you know Jerry Jeudy's going to burn you. You're going to burn him with Jerry Jeudy and whoever else is out there.
Dude, they'll just target. Like I don't even know Dude, we're probably gonna bring Josh Norman up again. He's going to be our starting corner because all of our corners.
He's on your practice squad right now.
Well, they're going to bring him up because we don't have. Who do we have? Like Tyre Elam's IR, so he's gone for 3 more weeks. Christian Benford is out. He was our CB2.
Right.
Tre'Davious White is gone for the season. So we have like basically Dane Jackson. That's the only corner we have. And then Micah Hyde is hurt. So we got Taylor Rapp and Jordan Poyer. But Jordan Poyer is looking old now. Like for whatever reason, you just can't seem to keep up. So our safety, our linebackers are all hurt too. Like Milano's gone for the year. Daquan Jones, our run stuff, he's gone. It's a disaster, man. And Vaughn still hasn't, but Vaughn should get up for playing Denver. I mean, you know, if he's going to get up for a game, he should probably step up for, you know, his Super Bowl winning squad. But yeah, that's my story.
Why is DeMar not seeing a lot of action?
DeMar Hamlin?
Yeah.
They'll probably still they'll start him tomorrow, I'm sure, because they who's our.
I mean, you haven't got anybody else, right? I mean, I'm saying
if no one else at safety. I mean, you know, and I mean Taylor Rapp, Jordan Poyer, Tyrell Dodson, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. But DeMar was this is the thing. Everyone knows about DeMar because of the accident that happened.
Right, but he wasn't a top safety when he got hurt.
He was a good depth piece on the Bills last year. He came in, he filled it, you know, but he wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is like an amazing defensive player. So it doesn't shock me. Like, you know, it might shock people that are outside of the Bills, but but they'll probably activate him because they have to. They have no one else.
Right.
So what do I expect? Next tomorrow I want the offense to show up. That's it. Defense is probably going to take its lumps, even playing a suspect Denver team. It's probably going to take their lumps because they don't have anybody. It's all.
Well, they're probably going to be in a position where they're going to give up points. The offense is going to have to be able to score more points than Russell Wilson's.
Josh needs to Josh it.
I don't care.
I don't care if it's Sugar High Josh. I want Sugar High Josh more than game manager Josh, which whatever reason they've it's so funny, dude. Like the first game of the season was just awful. Like the Jets game, it was awful. But then you had Raiders, Commanders, Dolphins, where we looked like just juggernauts.
Yes.
Like we were putting 35 points, 40 points, like just destroying these teams. And some people say, well, look at the three teams. Even the Dolphins can't beat like a good team.
Well, the Dolphins can't beat anybody over 500 right now, so that's
neither can the Bills.
Yeah.
Neither can the Bills. Like people don't want to say that, but look at the past couple of wins we've got. The Giants, the Bucks, squeaked out wins there. We lost against Cincy, and we lost against freaking New England. So it's, I don't know, whatever, dude. Like, you want to do a Bible study? Let's do that instead. Let's do that. Seriously.
Actually,
I already have one Bible study a week. So,
boy, there you go. Let's do two. Come on, let's do it. Do a lot.
I got nothing left for tonight, guys. So
I'm dude. Oh, let's see that. Well, see, here's the thing. Elliot's not here, so he won't cringe when I start bringing this up. Did you see Loki yet?
No.
You're correct.
I have not watched one episode of Loki yet.
I do not have
I
access.
was not
to
impressed
Loki,
with season 1, so I was just putting it off until I get to it.
Mind-blowing series. Best series they've made for MCU. Hands down. Nothing even comes close. It's fantastic.
I thought, well,
what's better? Like there's literally nothing. Like if you didn't like the first season, maybe you might not like the second one, but the second one had like Thanos snap type level stuff in it.
Oh really?
Like, oh yeah, last two episodes ago. It's just mind blowing. Like it's just like people were talking about it on Twitter. So if you don't get spoilers, don't go near Twitter.
Okay, maybe I should watch it.
It's insane. It's such a good show, man. Like it sucks that these things are only like.
I've been down a rabbit hole with Star Wars right now. I'm watching Clone Wars, and that's where I'm going. It's my rabbit hole right now. That and Ken, you'll appreciate this $6 Million Man on Peacock.
Wow. I mean, I appreciate that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Steve Austin.
Yeah. Revisiting the $6 Million Man on Peacock. All 66 episodes are on Peacock, so I'm revisiting that too. So, but
I have not checked that out yet. So
yeah, I'll get to Loki eventually, but I'm
fantastic.
already spiraling down a couple different rabbit holes right now. So,
what network is Loki on?
Disney.
That's Disney.
Disney.
Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney, so
yeah, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
I have it on my Amazon tablet, Fire tablet, but I don't think I have access to it.
You have to buy the app. You have to download and buy the app. It's like
that app's on there, but I just don't have a.
Right now, I think Disney's like $14 a month or $15 a month. I don't know.
Well, can't afford that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to start making some hard decisions myself too. So, what?
The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. Proverbs 12:26. That's parting thoughts for you, sir.
Okay.
I was just doing my little devotional. So that was tonight's reading. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
You like that?
We did first acts 1 through 8 this morning.
I haven't heard anything good about Marvels either, John. So I'm not going to wait.
Oh yeah, dude. They're hurting, man. They're hurting for they need.
After the blip, they got nothing. After the blip,
that's why the Loki stuff is fantastic, because it brings you to Kang, and this guy, like the Jonathan Majors, like the actor, whatever the off-screen stuff happened. Apparently, it was all like bull, but he's the perfect actor for this guy. Like just another level of like demented type of dude. Like it's great. It's amazing. It's like this is what will bring the Kang Dynasty storyline, and if they do that, Marvel's back. But they got to get out of this stupid Marvels or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. Who cares?
Right.
Anyways, thanks for listening to my rant.
All right, gang. That's it for this week. We're going to call it a night. Thank my co-host, Mr. Ken Costello, and Mr. John G. Olson. We will be back again next Sunday. I'm going to discuss with you, John, plans on shows during the week that work around your schedule. See if we can get together and do some shows. Okay. I don't know for sure how we're going to do it, but we'll get together. Because I do want to increase the number of shows that we do per week because there's lots more going on than just Sunday at NFL. Anyway, we're getting out of here. John.